Good evening. It's today Monday. I'm working and they go well and time to relax and tell my story. Last time I told you about my marriage and how I'm pastor wife. And today I want to continue to tell that story because it's I'm still want to tell you a lot of story about my marriage and my husband still continue doing his job and I'm continue doing my job and the home and church stuff and he's again invited in the meeting and probably it's my daughter is already close to 1 year old and I said okay and he's going to the meeting and like after 2-3 days I have telegram from my sister in Moscow and she's tell her husband in I want to my note in a hospital for psychiatric patient name of Kashchenko in Moscow, central Moscow, and I don't understand what happens. I'm going to invite my friends, a church lady who is help me with baby sometimes, and I'm asking her, can you stay with my baby? I have to go to Moscow, my husband in the hospital, and she said, of course, and I call his mother. She's in the state with her daughter in Tashkent. They have a phone number. I already talked to her a few times and through my neighbors. And I talked to her and I say, your son in the hospital, psychiatric hospital in central Moscow, name of Kashchenko. Everybody know what is that hospital in Moscow. It's a huge hospital. And she's told me, I have a nephew who is work in KGB, City of Administration, Central in Moscow. And she's given to him his phone number and address, and she's tell, I call him, you have to go to him. Don't go anywhere, because she's suspicious something going on. And I say, okay. I pack my stuff, and I'm drop off my baby to that lady. She's watched it for a few days, and I'm taking the ticket on a train station and go to Moscow, and find that my husband cousin, who's working KGB police officer, KGB officer, and he's waiting for me already. When I'm coming, it's like probably evening already, I think, and he's already prepared dinner for me and waiting for me. And when I'm coming, he start talk to me, and he's tell what's going on. I tell him everything, what happens in the meeting and conference in hotel, and what happens in train station with the house and my sister with my brother-in-law. And he's looking at me and he say, he's already investigate his case, why he's in that hospital, and he say, tell me that it's your leaders of your church who is work for KGB, they put him right there. You have to go talk to him first, and I let you know what you have to do. Don't go anywhere. Please stay safe. I'm worried about you. And I'm going to sleep. Morning I get up and I'm going to that hospital. I'm going to that hospital. It's like probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. And when I'm go to like small park and bench right there and bushes right there, it's beautiful, flowers everywhere. It's like it's probably like springtime or summer start, and my daughter is in May born. It's like June is already beautiful outside, and I see my brother-in-law walking, and I'm right away go to behind bushes, because his cousin tell me, please stay safe. I need you stay safe, watch the route. And I'm jumping in that bushes and looking where he's go. He's go to directly in that hospital. And I decided I need to wait when he's get out. And he's right there probably like 45 minutes, hour, and I see he's get out and go back. And I'm waiting when he's long distance already. I don't want he see me. I'm so scared. I'm anxious, and I'm going to that hospital, and there is a front desk, and I'm asking if I need to see my husband, and they called the third floor, I think, or second floor, and they provide me where I have to go. And I talked to doctor first, and he's telling me he's on medication, he's feel much better, and we'll let you see him, but not so long time, like about maybe half an hour. And when he's coming, like waiting room with his patients, you can see your relatives or whatever who you see want to be. I see my husband. There's a lot of people right there sitting in the waiting room, and I'm sitting with him in the table. First, when he see me, he's dropped on the floor and holded my boss of leg, and he start crying. And I'm so confused, I don't know what I have to do. And he's pull up his face and me and looking at this, please, take me home. They be kill me right there. You don't know. I do know, I tell you later, I can't tell you right now. But his cousin already talked to me. And that cousin, I believe him because looks like exactly like my father. His skill, his knowledge, he's so smart, he's looking good, he's just like incredibly talented. I see that skill my father, and I trust him, and he looks like very style, like officer of KGB. You can just like realize right away, because we see a lot my father show us, but we never talk. We never thinking about anything because we're kids, and we're learning a lot of things, but whenever my father passed away when I'm 16, how I can know about what I can go through with that stuff? Of course, I don't know. I'm just so scared what's going on. And I believe in my leaders of church too. I know that people from my childhood. That leaders sit in a jail too. How they can betray? Then my father first, now my husband. I have to go through with that. And when he get up, we sit on the table, we talked a little bit. He's begging me, please take me home. And I say, I need time. I need one more time talk with your cousin, and we'll make a decision tonight. And tomorrow, if we make a decision, I need to more information. I need to know exactly what I'm doing. I don't understand what's going on. I'm scared. And that time I'm pregnant, I don't know I'm pregnant. And when I'm bringing him fruit and food little bit, and I leave it. I say, you relax, come down, and I come back tomorrow, and we decided together what we have to do. Just give it to me a little bit time. When I come back, that apartments where is that cousin living, and I explain him everything, and I tell him I see my brother-in-law there, and he said, really, who's your brother-in-law? And I tell him name and everything, and he's okay. Don't worry about anything. I'm investigate, I let you know. But right now, I want you doing this. I'm buy you ticket. I'm call right now with airport. Because he's officer, he's can doing whatever what he's want to. He's have tools. and you go tomorrow and pick it up him and take him home. And he's talked to me a lot about church stuff, and he's tell, not necessarily, I understand you believe in God. I do understand, because my aunt, she's believe in God too, same church, and I'm one aunt too, and the mother of my husband and his sister believing too. 3 of our members of the church. And he say, you don't need to be pastor. Save your marriage and save your family. I talk to him too, but you have to work so hard for this to get out from the church. He don't know it's too late. And I don't know either. And I'm get up on his buy us ticket. He say, when you come in that airport, ticket's already there, I'm already paid for, and you just go back to home. And I'm pack my stuff and go to that hospital and sign paper and everything, and I'm taking. When I'm coming, and I'm looking around and I see again my brother-in-law right there walk. And I again jumped it behind that bushes. And I think, why he's again right there? I start panicking. I thinking, I hope he don't see me, because I won't pick up him. I'm so scared because he's very close to me. I don't know how he don't see me. And I'm waiting him again, and behind that bushes, and he's again like around hour right there, and come back and start walk, and I'm go to very quick in the front desk, and I'm asking, I want to pick up my husband home and want to go back to home in Kazan from Moscow. If I need help, I'm be asking right there in local, because I have baby right there. I need to be home. I'm worried about my baby. And I'm sign all paper and take him in the airport. He's so happy, but he's like all numb. And we go on that plane. This plane is small, and we fly so have tribulation and everything. And when we're back to home, I'm picking up my daughter, and neighbors tell us, your sister coming right when you left. And I say, really? And she's like, leave you message later. And I said, okay. They give it to me that letter, and I read it. She's write me letter, what's going on. Like your husband is have hallucination. We have to put on him in that hospital, and I don't know where are you, and I hope you're okay. And I call his mother, and I tell her we're home, and she's buy a ticket, and she said, I'm coming to help you. I don't want you alone. And when she's coming, we start probably like months. We start upgrade everything. She's buying me washer for present, and she's buy kitchen furniture a little bit, and new stone, so I can cook better. Like she's upgrade my life a little bit, and I'm very appreciated. It's first time somebody helped me and see how I'm living and how I'm suffering right there. And I'm always washed by hand, and don't have like, my mother teach me how making soap. I'm like a hard soap, and shaving, and put in water and soak a little bit, and add it in that washing, and rinse it out, and we dry it outside. And beds we boil in a big pot, and again rinse it out. We have water and sink, and I'm drying outside and iron. That's my job. And we start living together with mother-in-law, and she's so nice to me. She's so nice to her granddaughter. She started teaching her potty training, and it's so fast she's teaching her. I don't know how, but she's so fast, and she's so enjoy with her grandbaby, and I'm starting to involve more with church stuff with my husband, and with young people we go to more traveling with programs and forest. We have a time, we sing, and I play guitar, and we organize small orchestra and singers and choir. Little by little we start upgrade church with about this, because I'm a musician too. And they very happy, and I meet a lot of girls. They want to be my friends. I teach them cook, and just like we have a very good relationship with the young girls, but not with everybody, of course, because one girl, she's kind of like it my husband so much, but I don't care. And it's time to go on. That literature again invited my husband to a meeting, and it's probably like months after that when we come back, and he's tell, I want you go with me. I said okay, and we go with him. We have like a small dinner, and we talk, and his wife is not home, this leader, and he says she's on some trip, she's have to come back tomorrow. I want you stay overnight, and we finish it everything tomorrow. He's something talked with my husband a lot. And next day we're just walking in the street, and I'm starting so severe pain in my bottom of my belly, and I don't understand what is going on. And we have that meeting done, and I say, let's go, we want to go to see my mom. And we're taking train, and we go to overnight to my mom's house, and we stop in my mom's house, see my mom, and my older sister right there some reason, I don't know why. And I'm just in severe pain, and pain. My stomach is so hurts, and I tell my mom, I'm not feel good, something wrong with me. And my older sister, oh, why you believe in her? She's a liar, she's always lying, she's feel okay, don't frustrate with her mother. And my older sister, why you talk to her like this? She is in the pain, why she's have to lying to you? She's already married, what are you talking about? Because we are most with my other sister grow and raise the kids and everything, not with older sister, because she is married. She's already have different life, and we never good relationship have with her, never. We're total different people, different characters. She's just different stuff. And my mom say, okay, let's make you hot water, and you put your feet on that and try maybe relax. Then she's put some herbs right there, and she's going to making that water, and I'm get up from bed and walking in the hallway, and something fell out from me. When I look, it's like baby, small baby, like probably close to 4 months, maybe like 3.5 months. It's already died, and I'm start bleeding so much, and bleeding, and my mom don't know what I have to do. She said, let down. I said, I don't want to go to hospital, and I start very bad bleeding. It's just like bad bleeding, and she said, no, we need to go to ambulance. And my husband go to call ambulance, and ambulance coming, and I go to the hospital. When we're coming in hospital, they very old male gynecologist right there, and he say, oh my God, you're just so beautiful little girl, what happens to you? And when he's put me on a chair, gynecologist chair, and I say, I'm bleeding so much, he is just say, if you become in like 2 minutes, I will not save your life. And he start clean out me everything, scrubber me, don't have no pain medicine. I'm just trying to be, I'm crying, and I'm just like little bit screaming, and I'm almost done. It is so painful. He says, little bit I have to do good because we need to stop the bleeding. And after that procedure, it is so painful. They don't have back in the day nothing anesthesia or for that procedure, or he's just like spray some numb little bit and do Novocaine, if you know that medicine, little bit around, and that's nothing help you with that procedure. It's very hurts. And I'm come down after that, and I'm alive, and he's coming to me and looking how I'm doing. He's leaving me in the hospital. My husband left. I'm in the hospital probably like few days, and he's talked to me about, he's apologizes. I'm so sorry you have to go through with that. I'm so sorry I have to doing this to you. It hurts you. But if I don't do this, you be not safe. You be not alive. I'm save your life, and God save your life. And we go back to home. When we go back to home, my life is total change. One after other. And one Friday, we have, not Friday, Saturday, we have service, we have dinner, church members making dinner for all church and young people, and we have a dinner, we have an orchestra, and we come back home probably like evening time. My mother-in-law with baby, and I'm kind of, church for me is relief, because I love doing that stuff. When I kid, when I'm with father, with young people, I love young people, and I have a lot of talent too. And we go sleep. My mother-in-law, she sleep with baby in our bedroom, and we sleep in we have a couch in his office. It's open couch, you can sleep right there, and his desk right there. It's small room, it's beautiful room, and we sleep right there. And probably like 11, we go to sleep. After 11, he's get up and start so slow walk, front and back. It's door closed, and he's go to window, go to back door, looking at me, and go to back window, go back door, and so slow. And I don't understand. I asking him, what are you doing? Honey, what are you doing? He don't say no one words. His eye so big. He's opened the window, and so outside is like very bright moon. He's looking at that moon, and I start to recognize something wrong with him, and I'm so freaking out. I can breathe, I can move. He's looking at the window and looking at me like half an hour, just looking. I can breathe. I'm afraid to breathe. Then he's again go to window and looking in the window, and turn around, go to back to door, and found my clothes and put a hanger in his hand and walking with that clothes. And I realized he's have hallucination, and he's again, and this is like over an hour. I can't move. My body is so stiff. I can't breathe. I feel nauseous. My ear ringing, and he's looking at me like 15 minutes, and again go to back to window and looking in the window and stand and looking, and I start thinking about when he's again looking at me and go to back to window, I have time to run. I don't have other choice. And time is just like probably 2 o'clock night already. And I'm thinking what I have to do. I'm thinking about I grab my daughter, tell the mother-in-law, run, and we go to neighbors. Because I talk to neighbors. They very nice people. That lady, they Muslim, Tatar Muslim, and Tatarian nationality. She's have 2 sons. One son is married, both of professors and scientists. And other son stay with her. He's like close to 40 years old. And he say, if you need help, I'm always help you with anything what you needed. I tell him what's going on. We're like very close neighbors. I have few neighbors like that. And anytime you need it, just run our house. We'll open for your door. And then again he start walk front and back to door to window and looking me again like probably 20 minutes. And I just like thinking, I feel like I want to pass out already. I can't breathe and I'm afraid to move my body to his can see I'm breathing, you know. I'm afraid. And when he's back to window, I'm jump and start run. I'm go to Margaret's mother-in-law, take the baby, put his cover blanket, and I say run. He's under hallucination right now. And she say you run. I'm staying with him. I say no, you have to run. And I'm run, my neighbors, and she stay. And my neighbors looking in the window through fence, and he say it's not good. He's throw her. And I'm start freaking out. I say what we have to do. And I like after 15 minutes probably, she's get up and he is taking some stuff. He's take off his clothes and open the door and run away and outside. And she's coming to me. And we start talk. And she's tell you right, I need to be run with you. She's have a bruises on her elbow, and she say he's throw me. I don't realize that happens. I call him son. He's just like don't hear me. I say I told you. She's crying. I'm crying. I don't know what I have to do. And we stayed like we drink tea right there, and that professor talked to us and he say, I found out what's going on, probably better you go to hospital, check him out. And when it's like early morning, we hear his gates is open in our house and he's coming back home early morning. And we stay a little bit, probably 1 hour, and mother go first. When she's come back, he's already asleep. And that guy, professor, he's coming too. He's looking at him and he's saying, he's probably have hallucination. And that is already how many times. I don't know what I have to do. I'm so depressed at that time. And after that, he's wake up like nothing happens. And I'm asking him, what's happened last night? He's telling me what he see, what his hallucination. He's telling me he's one thinking I'm witch, and he's thinking if I'm get up, he's have to kill me because he's a Christian man and I'm the witch. He's remember everything what he's telling me, and he's looking at that moon, he's have memory. And when I talk to that scientist, he say, because in Moscow hospital they put him diagnosed schizophrenia, but he's telling me that's not schizophrenia, that's hallucination, that's not who is here. And his mother start talk to him a lot, and I don't understand anything about that. I'm just depressed. I don't know what is this, and I'm afraid him, and I just like I'm super afraid him. I don't know how I can go sleep with him either. But we have living room where we're doing church service sometimes. And I'm sleep right there, alone. Sometimes I take in baby with me. Sometimes mother-in-law taking baby. And time coming, we're still doing church stuff. And my mother say, we have to something to make a decision to maybe sell the house. And you move in close to your mom. And because that's not right. I don't want my son struggle and suffer like that. I want just talk to him, live at the church. And he's of course don't want to live at the church. He say, no, I'm not leaving. And the time coming is like probably 2 months after that. And again happens same things. I think somebody in the church work for government. It's 100%. They put him in hallucination through church, through leaders of church. They working together. I investigate that later. It's very true. They how it works. And we start put a house on sale, and people start watching that house, and some people won't buy that house. And we are making agreement, sell that house. The people coming from part of Asia, Muslim people, and very nice people, family. And we have to go to sign the deal and administration of city, and we have to give it to them money. They have to give it to them money, me, and we have to give it to administration some part of money too. And we're working in the park. Before that we stop in some church, we pray. And we have time together, and we again drink some tea, and the people right there pray for us so we can sell the house. And my husband tell we won't sell the house and move to Andrezan, where is my wife mother living. And I have allergy, I'm sorry. And we go to that notarize that documents, and he's again start like slightly hallucination. And I just thinking what I have to do if he start right there. And I talk to that people. I say, you know, we need to hurry up, because I don't want, we need sign that paper. If we don't sign, I nothing can do later. And we I talk to him, he's come down, and we quickly go to that administration and sign that paper. And they give it to me money. He don't know nothing about it. And we come back home that evening. And he is have again hallucination. Same things. And I go to my neighbors and call the ambulance. I call the ambulance. They come in like probably like 40 minutes. And I'm so afraid. My mother stayed, we go to my neighbors, he's home, and he's run away somewhere and come back, and ambulance coming, and he's like one walking outside, and they two big guys say, where you want to go? And he said, I want to go to outside in the forest. And he said, okay, let's go. They take him and put him in an ambulance. And I followed them. And I'm sitting inside the ambulance. And I start crying so bad. He's taking my hand. And he say, don't worry, I'll be okay. I wish I can tell you everything. I can't. But I'm not schizophrenic. They put me on some pills, hallucination. And we sit in that car, in the ambulance, and I can stop. I'm crying like crazy, more and more. When we come into the hospital, and the doctor look at him, and he say, I don't know, I think he is on medication, some kind of, he's taking his blood works, and he say he's have some kind of medication, hallucination. And I tell him about Kashchenko, and I have paperwork for that, bring with me, and he say, I don't think he's have schizophrenia. I don't think, but I see you very devastated. I can keep it him for a little bit in that hospital for months. And you can go to your mother, buy the house, and come back and pick it up him. To be safe, feel safe. And I say, okay. And I make it a deal. I'm go back to home. Me and my mother, we packed stuff, and we hired a big truck, like kind of like U-Haul in America. We packed them, and the neighbors helped me. We all furniture, everything, and we moved to my mother city to resign with my mother-in-law. And we waiting that truck with furniture, and we stayed with my mom house, in my mom house, with my daughter and my mother-in-law. And we looking houses, and we found very close to, like, probably 2 blocks from my mom. The lady living right there, she's so much like mom friends. She say, we want Sarah that have a house, like duplex. And I'm looking at duplex, and I like it. A small property, everything looks just perfect for us. But small house, it's have a kitchen, have like waiting, like summer room, and a living room and bedroom. And we're waiting for that furniture come in, and my family helped me, and as a local pastor come in, and I tell him everything, what's going on, and he's okay, it sounds good. And we furniture, and I put him in that couch with sleep, we can sleep, and living room, and me and my daughter were sleeping we have a bed in the bedroom. It's small, like long, and we start new life. And my mother-in-law, she's go back to Tashkent to her daughter, because I have mom right there. She's one safe as our marriage. I already have a job. I'm working in Autobus in economic office, and I have degree for this, and it's so good job, and I take care of already my family. But my life is total change. I start suffering. I start looking at him and so angry and mad. I don't feel no love for him. I'm so scared. I'm scared to go to sleep. I don't sleep all night. When he start move, I'm already taking some. I have heavy, like baseball beat, wood things. If he's coming or something, I want to hit him in the head and run to my mother. And I have a little baby, and I don't know what I have to do, and I feel not good. Again, something going on in my body, my bottom start again, my belly start hurts, and gynecologist. I go to doctor, and she's looking, she don't understand nothing why I have pain and right there, and she's prescribed me some kind of antibiotics. I can't find anything, and I still continue working. I so much love the job, but I can't sleep with my husband. Just only one time I'm sleep with him, and I have something is again going on in my body. And One time we go with my friends watch the movie. My husband stay with my daughter after work, and we decided go to buy some candy for we can watch the movie, so popular movie. And when we go to buy that candy, I feel not good. I won't pass out. And I tell my friends, we need to go to hospital. I won't pass out. I'm all pale. And she say, let's go to taxi. And we found a taxi, Uber, and we asking, we need to go to hospital. And he's laughing, say, yeah, girls, you need hospital. And it's like not long distance from that central and where we in Rizan go to movie. And he's like, okay, sit girls, I'm take you in the hospital. And we look so good, young and beautiful. And he's take me hospital. And next story I tell you next time. I'm done for today. It's really, I'm so sorry. It's really too hard for me tell my story. And my story is not end. But end for today just. I want you to subscribe, and I hope you like my story. And stay tuned. I see you soon. Have a good night.